What if I told you that Honda just built an engine that doesn't need gas, doesn't need charging, and could even outsmart electric cars forever? While the whole world is racing toward EVs, Honda quietly made a move that even Tesla and China didn't see coming. This isn't just an upgrade. It's a revolution that could flip the entire car industry on its head. Because right now, everyone thinks the future belongs to batteries. But Honda, they're betting on something far more powerful. And if they're right, it could change everything you thought you knew about cars. Honda's story didn't begin with shiny showrooms or global fame. It began with one man, Soichiro Honda, a poor mechanic in Japan who had nothing but stubborn determination and a dream. While the world was rebuilding after war, Honda was in a tiny workshop, building engines from scraps and rejected parts. Everyone laughed, everyone said he was crazy, but his obsession with speed and innovation turned a small repair shop into one of the most powerful car companies on earth. From motorcycles that dominated the racetracks to reliable cars that challenged giants like Toyota, Honda built its empire on risk, rebellion, and raw creativity. But here's the twist. Just when the world thinks they've fallen behind in the electric race, Honda is quietly pulling another Soichiro-style move, one that could leave even Elon Musk wondering if he underestimated them. Right now, the car industry looks like a battlefield. Tesla dominates the headlines. Elon Musk is treated like a prophet, and China is flooding the market with cheap EVs at a pace no one can match. Governments are throwing billions into battery factories. Toyota is betting on hybrids. Even Nissan, and once mocked, is now linking arms with Honda just to stay in the fight. And in this chaos, most experts wrote Honda off. They said Honda was too slow, too conservative, too irrelevant. But history has a funny way of repeating itself. Because just like in the early days, Honda has been quietly working in the shadows, not on what everyone expects, but on something that could rewrite the rules of the entire EV game. And the craziest part? Hardly anyone is talking about it. Yet behind closed doors in Japan, Honda's engineers have been chasing something no EV company dares to touch. While the rest of the world is pouring billions into bigger batteries, Honda is asking a different question. What if the future of cars doesn't need massive batteries at all? Leaked patents and quiet announcements hint at a breakthrough that sounds almost impossible. A power system so efficient it could outlast traditional EVs, recharge in minutes, and run cleaner than anything we've seen before. Some insiders whisper it's tied to advanced hydrogen fuel cells. Others claim Honda has been experimenting with solid-state tech that makes today's EV batteries look like toys. Whatever the truth is, it's clear Honda isn't just trying to catch up. They're planning to leapfrog everyone. And if they succeed, Tesla, China, and even governments pushing battery-only futures could be left scrambling. So what exactly is Honda building? Clues point to a next-generation hydrogen system, but not the clunky, expensive kind we've seen before. Honda's latest prototypes use smaller, cheaper, and far more durable fuel cells that can power everything from compact cars to heavy trucks. Here's why that matters. A hydrogen car can be refueled in about 3 minutes, faster than you can grab a coffee. Unlike EVs, it doesn't lose range in freezing weather. And the only emission? Pure water. But Honda isn't stopping there. At the same time, their labs have been pushing solid-state batteries, a technology that could deliver double the range, half the weight, and lightning-fast charging. If either of these projects succeeds, Honda wouldn't just catch up to Tesla or BYD, they'd skip an entire generation of technology. And that's the part almost no one sees coming. Because while the world is betting everything on lithium batteries, Honda is quietly setting the stage for a future that makes them obsolete. Of course, there's a reason you don't see hydrogen cars on every street today. The tech is brutally difficult. Hydrogen is expensive to produce, the fueling stations are rare, and solid-state batteries? They've been called the Holy Grail for decades, but no one has cracked mass production yet. Even Honda admits the road won't be easy. Their first hydrogen car, the Clarity, was a brilliant idea, but it flopped because drivers couldn't find a single place to refuel. Investors laughed. Critics said Honda had wasted billions. But here's the twist. Instead of walking away, Honda doubled down. They've been quietly building partnerships with giants like GM and experimenting with ways to slash the cost of hydrogen cells by nearly half. Meanwhile, their engineers claim they're closer than ever to solving the solid-state problem. It's risky, it's expensive, and if they fail, Honda could be left in the dust. But if they pull it off, the entire industry flips overnight. If Honda's gamble pays off, the shockwaves won't just hit Japan. Tesla's entire empire is built on lithium batteries. China's EV boom depends on controlling the world's supply of rare earths and cheap labor. And governments from the US to Europe have locked themselves into multi-billion-dollar battery investments. But imagine this, a world where cars don't need massive lithium mines, no endless charging cables, no waiting hours to fill up. Instead, you refuel in minutes, drive longer, and release nothing but water vapor into the air. For Tesla, that's a nightmare. For China, it's a direct threat to their dominance. And for governments, it would mean rewriting policies, subsidies, and entire supply chains they thought were unshakable. And here's the kicker. While the world debates the EV revolution, Honda might already be testing the blueprint for what comes after it. Honda has been here before. People doubted them when Soichiro Honda built an engine in a tiny shed. They doubted them when they stormed into Formula One, and they doubted them again when they took on giants like Toyota and GM, and won. Now history might be repeating itself. While the world is distracted by the EV race, Honda could be quietly writing the rules for the next era of cars. One that doesn't depend on giant batteries, one that charges in minutes, and one that could put the entire industry on its heels. Will it work? No one knows. The risks are massive, the costs are brutal, and the world isn't ready to let go of its obsession with batteries. But that's exactly what makes this story so dangerous and so exciting. Because if Honda is right, then Tesla, China, and every government betting everything on lithium might wake up to a future they never saw coming. And the question is, when that future arrives, will anyone be ready?